13 minutes past 8 o'clock here at News Talk Live. It's a Tuesday, nice sunshine. Get out and enjoy the day. Get some of that work done in the backyard. Oop, did I say work?
That's what we're doing here.
What we're doing.
Great start to this Tuesday. Thanks for joining us for News Talk Live, and we're glad to have a couple special guests here in Studio H with us.
Yeah, they're associated with the group Midwest Family Connection, supporting heroes behind the hero, and we thought we'd kind of tap in, get a little more information from him. Joining us is Jonnette Baze and then Dave Ulrich, who's associated with, we know Dave, with Fishing for Freedom, amongst other things. Thank you very much for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about your organization.
They both pointed at each other. Okay.
You talk. No, you talk.
We started this organization. We've done a lot of searching about to find out if there's any kind of family things. There's a lot of military people in our area, but what happens is that a lot of them, their families don't really get to know each other. They've been in the Guard or they've been in regular military, then they come back to the area, and so what we found out is that there's a need for that connection with the wives, girlfriends, kids, even knowing other. A military life is completely different than a normal life, and so we searched. But Jonnette and I searched several different things, trying to find out if there was anything like this anywhere around us, and we can't find anything. That's not to say there's not. We just haven't found it, and so. The purpose is to get military families together. This is not for a veteran. Our thing is not for veterans. It's for their families. It's for their people that support them.
Active military, yeah, and people who are the families behind that, as you say. Now, this is something that's cool that you guys started this. I didn't even realize that you both put this together. Why did you start this, Jonnette? Why did you decide to do this?
My husband was active duty, and then when we moved back, it was a big transition for me and the kids, besides him. So I was reaching out, looking for something, some support, some people that was going through the same things I was going through, and I couldn't find anyone, not close by at least. So I contacted Dave, and I said, let's get this going. Let's get a support group together where people like me aren't alone.
Right.
So,
well, and as you say, the hero's behind the hero, and that's the thing too, this helps, I think, for the public to recognize the position that you're in, supporting somebody who's in the military and doing everything you can to keep it all together at home.
Right. It's very hard. It's very stressful, but it's worth every moment of it. And now with him being retired, medically retired now, we're going through a whole different phase of things with the military. And I have things I'd like to talk to people about, so there's got to be other people out there that feel the same way.
Well, it's got to be very encouraging when you talk to other folks, other women who are in the same position as you, especially when you're able to say to them, I've been through this, and here's what you can do. Here's how we can get you support and make you feel maybe not so lonely and not so on your own.
Exactly. When you're in the military, you have the FRG, which is the Family Readiness Support Group. But when you get out, they have all these things for the soldier. But the only thing I could find for me was to do a counseling session with my soldier. Well, that's not what I was wanting. I needed support from peers, that were going through exactly what I was going through.
And the kids probably need that too.
They do. The kids definitely do. I have 4 children, and it's been hard for them. And we want to build this up to where the kids are involved, and they're not alone either.
Now, the name of your group is Midwest Military Family Connection, and you have a monthly meeting. You've got one coming up this week.
This Thursday at 6:30 at the library.
We'll have somebody from the library at our meeting this week, and they'll just kind of talk about some books that are available at the local library as far as on PTSD, just dealing with military life and stuff like that. And then our monthly meetings are the second Thursday of every month. We're scheduled out through December right now. We'll have different speakers and on different topics at meetings and stuff, and you can check our Facebook page for all that information on who we're going to have at each meeting.
You mentioned PTSD. I haven't heard that before. What is that?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh, okay. So it's an acronym for
Right.
All right. And TBI?
Traumatic brain injury.
Okay. all big issues, especially
They
for
are
those
very
coming
big
back
issues.
from overseas now, unfortunately. But at least this is an avenue to be able to provide a conduit for information and kind of have that brotherhood, sisterhood feel, and exchange how you feel.
Exactly.
And get that dialogue going, because that's the big, you break down the barrier.
Right.
The rest is all easy. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, and at our first meeting was in April, and it was kind of neat because we had some people that, like Jonnette, whose husband has been medically retired, and then we have a gal that came to our meeting that her husband just got deployed for the first time. They had only been married about a year ago, and he got deployed. So she has 1,000 questions for somebody like Jonnette, whose husband was deployed a couple different times, on just life in general and things that are going to happen during the deployment and how to deal with that. So I mean, it was really great to be able to supply that. I mean, that's what we want to do is, if there's anything that we can do, whether we can go find the information for them, we're willing to do that. That's why we're there. So
Exactly.
This is an excellent idea. You encourage folks that come to your meeting to bring a picture of their military hero in uniform, so that you can see who that individual is and talk about him or her. And
Exactly.
is this something too that if a family has a female member serving in the military, that they can also?
Oh,
be
yes.
involved? It's for
Yes.
anybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
Anybody
absolutely.
that has a family member in the military.
Okay.
yeah, and the purpose behind the picture is a couple different reasons. One of them is sometimes spouses, girlfriends, whatever, they find it hard necessarily to talk to their husband or military, but if they bring that picture with them, we noticed that in some of our planning meetings, we had a couple of the gals that are helping us bring their pictures, and you notice that when they were talking to their picture the whole time, and they were saying things to their picture that they probably couldn't go home and say to their husband. But it's kind of an outlet to let them kind of get some of that. Sometimes there's anger, sometimes it's good stuff, sometimes it's crying. We're running the whole gamut, but that's what we're there for. Is to let them, make that easier on them, so that maybe at some point they can start to talk to their husband, about these kind of things.
Yeah, because it's got to be difficult. They don't want to make things more difficult for their husband or whoever's serving by telling them about these things that they would really like to be able to say.
Exactly.
To speak about. This is such a great idea. You can sure sense your passion for this and that you really care about this.
Yeah. It's my baby.
Yeah.
It's very important to me.
Yeah,
I want to see it succeed, and I don't want anyone, this was 3 years ago that happened to me, and I don't want anyone to feel lost or alone like I did. That's terrible feeling.
Did you have the ability to Skype and at least communicate with your husband while he was overseas?
Oh, yeah, we talked every day.
Yeah. Did that help, or did it make it worse?
Sometimes it helped, and sometimes it made it worse because you would run out of things to talk about, So a lot of times I just had the camera on, and he would watch me cook dinner, watch the kids playing, anything to make him feel included in our life. It wasn't about him and I talking. It's keeping him included.
What a
However
great
we
use of
could.
technology. I mean, that's
Yeah.
such a great thing that you can do that these days.
It is. We didn't have to wait for the mailman to come. Because you heard from him every day that he was available, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
If he wasn't on a mission.
So you mentioned your Facebook page. How else would you like for folks to get in touch with you? Is there any other way?
They can call me, Dave. My number's 242-7425. If anybody would like any information, feel free to call me.
Okay,
Okay.
but definitely show up at the Quincy Public Library, 6:30 this Thursday night.
Yep.
Okay.
At least make the connection, because that's
And-
what it's all about.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and if you can't make it this Thursday, go to our Facebook page and check it out. We're going to be meeting the second Thursday of every month.
All right. The Midwest Military Family Connection, Dave Ulrich and Jonnette Baze. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Well, thanks for doing this. This
Of
is
course.
incredible.
I like your moniker, "We are stronger together," because at WGEM we say we're better together, and indeed we are.
Yes,
All
that's
right. Very good. Jonnette, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dave, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick.
Appreciate it.
Too, if anybody wants more information, email us at ntl@wgem.com. We'll be glad to get that
Yeah.
info.